Hey everybody, it's Robin from Ontario Iguanas. I'm going to be doing my aggression training video again today. Working with Phoenix, it's not really 100% aggression. She is still kind of flighty also, but in her midst of flighting, she will fight. So she does bite and that kind of stuff, but it isn't full out aggression that you would see in, like, say, a male or even another female. However, it's the closest that I have within my collections that I can work with. So I'm going to show you how I get her out of the cage. It's going to be a completely different technique than what I used the first training video that I posted earlier this year. I'm going to be using a towel to basically restrain her for the first little bit in order to get her to calm down. In the other video I handled her just with my hands. Now I'm not going to say that the other training techniques that I used in my other video don't work, because they do. It's just different iguanas use different terms of training. So Phoenix wasn't accepting that way of training, so I kind of switched it over, and I'll show you what I'm using with her now. However, the way that I used in my last video I have used with other iguanas, and it does work, it's just not working for her. So I'm going to show you today what I've been doing with her recently. So this will just give you an idea of how Phoenix acts. She's on her tall shelf right now, which is at the top of her cage. If I were to stick my hand in there, she would definitely go for it, so I'll show you. So she is aggressive to a certain extent, but it is aggression in the way that she's doesn't want me to hold her. It's not outward aggression, I'm gonna bite you because you're just there. If I leave her alone, she won't come attack me. She's only doing this because I'm in her personal space. So this is what we're working on right now. I can get her out, and I've gotten it down from about 45 minutes to get her calm to about 15. So I'm gonna get her out today and show you how I work with her. The last video I used just my hands to get her out. Today I'm going to use a towel to get her out. I do have a long sleeve sweater on today, so if you are working with an iguana like this, or an iguana that you haven't trimmed their nails in a while, you might want to get a towel, or sorry, a long sleeve sweater so your arms don't get all cut up. So I'm going to go ahead and grab the towel and see what we can do with her today. So I don't have anything fancy, it's just a plain white towel. Again, I'll show you right there how she backed up. She bit it and then ran away. That's like basically a flighty aggression stance, because she is cornered, which isn't ideal, but this is kind of where she was when I opened the door. So I'm going to try to get her to face this way again. She's not going to. Okay. It does happen in some cases where you do have to grab them, which is what I kind of had to do with her. So I grab her across the top, and then I scoop the towel underneath. And I don't wrap her super tight, just tight enough so she can't bring her feet forward. And normally the first couple minutes is a struggle with her because she fights it a lot. Which any iguana will technically do. So this will get her calmed down soon. I'm actually gonna shut the camera off and go sit down with her. Okay, so I have her wrapped up here in the towel. Basically what I'm going to do is just wait for her to relax. And then shortly after she's relaxed, she's doing really good actually today. I'm going to slowly take the towel off of her. I always start, when I'm taking the towel off, I always start at the back, which allows me to keep petting her and everything, while the front area, which is basically the danger area, which is her mouth, is still basically controlled if she does lash out or anything. So I start with the back, I take the towel off slowly, start petting her, and then reach the front basically, and then at that point I will take the towel completely off, and I'm hoping that she'll stay here. This is the training that I do with her each time I pull her out. I'm hoping today that she actually cooperates for this video. So basically I'm just going to speed through this video because it might take me a while to get the towel off. That's okay. Be patient with your iguana. If you notice when you move the towel a little bit and they get a little more agitated than what they were, put the towel back and allow them to calm down, and then you can proceed from there. If they seem to get agitated, don't keep going. Always pause, give them a second to relax and calm down, and then continue on. And you want your iguana to be comfortable with you touching any part of their body. That way, if they have to go into the vets and be examined, the vet can actually examine any part of them without the iguana really caring too much. So if you have an iguana that you're working with, remember to work with all parts. A lot of iguanas don't like when their tails are being touched. That's why if you notice when I'm petting her, I am going down, not too far, but I am going down the base of her tail just to let her know that this is a comfortable place to be pet, as well as on the back or the head or anything like that. So just make sure that you're working with all parts of the animal. So when you take it into a vet just for an appointment or an emergency, the vet can examine each part of your iguana without being bitten or whipped. You can also keep an eye on your iguana's eyes. Look at where she's looking, look at what she's focused on. So if she's focused on you directly, is she looking around for ways to escape and focus kind of on all kinds of things? So you can get a good idea of what your iguana is thinking just by watching its eyes and knowing where it's looking and focusing on. So I have the towel off the full way now. Right now I'm basically trying to move it slow with her, not making any loud movements or gestures. You'll notice that I am petting her around the mouth. If you have an iguana that's extremely bitey still at this point, you don't want to put your fingers there. I can put my fingers here because when she goes to bite in this stage, she opens her mouth a little bit and turns her head, and then she'll bite. So she gives me plenty of warning if she is going to bite, which allows me time to move my fingers. So you really need to know your iguana at that point before you put your fingers near the mouth. Always be cautious, and you need to know what your iguana is thinking basically and where she's looking when your fingers are near her mouth or his mouth. So this is basically where you want to end up with your training compared to what she was in her cage. She's relaxed right now. Her dewlap isn't fully sucked in. It's not all the way out. It's in a relaxed state. You can't really see it from the angle of the camera, but it's just relaxing there. It's not anything sucked in or all the way out. At this point, because I did touch her a little higher on the back than what she was liking, just hang on a second. It's a bad time to wear shorts. I'm just going to try to get her to calm down again. I did touch her a little higher than what I was, so that's why she's acting like this. So I'm just gonna get her calmed down again. I'm gonna attempt to do it without having to wrap her up in the towel. I do have a hold that I like to use with her, if I can get her into it, that is. There we go. And I will explain more about this hold right now, as well as I will go into more detail with it with better pictures in the aggression hold video that I'm planning to do also. Even with the sweater, she's got my hands already cut up. But this hold that I have, basically I have a hold fingers behind both of her front legs and one finger in front. This holds her front, and then my arm is on top of her back leg, so see that? I want this leg underneath my arm. That way she can't bring it forward like that. I moved my arm and tried to show you. But this hold right now, she'll be relaxed in this hold, and then I can continue working with her. But basically, again, when she calms down, I'm gonna put her away because I think she's had enough for today. And then I can try again later, but I have to get her calmed down first before I put her away. That hold that I was doing, you'll notice that her front feet weren't on the ground. What you're looking for when you have in that hold, what you're looking for when you need to release them out of that, is when they can take pressure on their feet without trying to run away. So when I touched her feet down to my leg and she just sat there, that's when I let her out of the hold because she was gonna sit here. If you have her in the hold is basically to stop them from running away so you can calm them down. So as soon as they're able to sit there on their own, then you can let them out of that hold, because you basically want to restrain them as least as you can. Or you want to have them in a hold as short a time as you can. So as soon as you can take them out of that hold, do so, because then they're sitting here on their own and you're not holding them anymore. And there's two ways you can end it. Either you can give them kind of a little bump to walk away on their own, or you can put them away. I'm not sure what I'm gonna do right now. I'm probably gonna let her stroll off on her own. She hasn't had time to explore recently today, so I'm gonna just let her go when she wants to, and then she can explore a little bit. She's on my craft table now. However, she did jump, but that's because she had to get over there. She did leave in a calm way. Right now she sees Billy and that's who she's bobbing at. So this is a good state for her to be in. And again, just like my other video, you can go into, she's bobbing at Billy still. Just gonna get into all my stuff. You can use the direction again, just like my other video, how you don't need to touch them, but you can direct their movements. Oh, she's bobbing at Molly now too. So I'm not gonna get up and walk away yet because that movement might startle her. I'm just gonna sit here and let her do kind of her own thing and walk around and just explore a little bit, and then she might go back in her enclosure on her own, or I may put her back in later on when she's calm. But basically that's it. You want to hold them. I use the towel basically just to get them calmed down initially when they're way too far gone and there's no chance of me holding them with my hands. Then I move into taking the towel off when they're calm to holding them with just my hands and then allowing them just to sit there on their own. So that's how I'm working with her now. It's been working really good so far. When I started doing this, it took me about half an hour to 45 minutes to get her to calm down, and it's really shortened up since then. So I've had good progress with her. It's just a matter of keeping up with it and trying to do it at least once a day with them. Right now she's just cruising. But I'll stop the video there. If you guys have any questions or anything, please put a comment below, and I'll try my best to answer them. I know this wasn't the best video because she wasn't as cooperative as she normally is. She's gonna wreck all my stuff, aren't ya? But I'll stop the video there, and I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you have any comments or concerns, please leave them below. Hey everybody, I thought I would just do a little video before I put her back. This is how she was, or how she is when I picked her up off the ground when I'm gonna put her back in her enclosure. I let her roam around a little bit. I don't like her up by my head because she bit my ear once. However, she's calm right now. So she's calm, she's just walking around. I gave her some time to explore, so now I'm just gonna put her away in her enclosure for some real relaxing time and something to eat. So I thought I would just show you how she is right now with me handling her after the training video. There's probably about 10-minute gap between when I ended the video when she was walking around to now. So this is how relaxed she is. I'm holding her, she's just walking around on me, and she hasn't aggressed once to me while I'm holding her. So there goes to show just the training techniques and how it works with her. Again, as soon as I put her back in her cage, she goes back to where she was, so that's where the consistency comes in. And then hopefully when she's in her cage, she will start being a lot nicer. So I'll do improvement videos on her in the future and show her how the training is progressing. With her, she's kind of difficult, so it may take a little bit longer, but that's okay. She's not going anywhere. So I'm gonna put her away, but I thought I would just show you guys how she is now after the training session. Thanks, bye.